How you doing? What's going on? It looks all right. I like it. How you doing, Chris? Good to see you again, my friend. Yeah. Very good, very good. Got some hot coffee here. Ready to rumble? 15 mil. No, 20 mil. I don't do 20 mil. I do 28 and 15. That's about it. Sometimes I do a commission in 10. That's about all. That's it. I almost did 20. 1 point. But you know how we war gamers are. At one stage in our lives, bouncing around with different ideas going through our head. That was pretty much me at the time. They look like 20s. Those are the Battlefront 15 mil. Did these yesterday. Gonna finish them today. Then I'm gonna do another strip today. 5 guys. Should be about 6 guys on a base. Yeah, that's pretty much everybody, right? I was just starting out back in the 70s. Good times, that. The old HO scale airfix. Everybody had those. I think we all started there. They were good fun. I still have all mine. I still have them, which is amazing. There's a lot of memories in them things. Yeah, Flames of War. Weren't you here yesterday? That's all I was talking about. Flames of War and 15 mil. Come on. What's the matter with you? Flames of War, 15 mil. Of course, we talked a lot about other games, too. This is part of my Flames of War Part 2 project. Something I started back in 2012. Alright, this is part 2 of my hobby. Oh. I think I collected all of them. Almost. I had lots of World War II, American Civil War, Napoleonics, Romans and Gaul. World War I, they had the Old West cowboys, and the Indians, French Foreign Legion. I had all those. American Revolution. Not all the packs, but I had sets within those groupings. Yeah. I still got all the boxes too, up in my attic in the other house. Little the little square boxes. For some reason I collected them too. And I got a big massive plastic bag in the other room here that's full, just full of the actual figures, my Airfix, my Atlantic collections. Just a big bag of them. All my stuff that I used to sit there and play little make-believe battles on my Bira, my floor and whatever. Matchbox. Memory is not good. Is that what it is? Haha! That's totally understandable then. Quality check. So far, I think this is day 5. I've been doing a strip a day. So I got about 4 strips done, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 4. And this will be 5. Doing pretty good. Getting my, as I like to call it, chutzpah back. Getting back into the painting flow, really. After a month break. Enjoying the weather. That kind of thing. Feels good to be painting them. I was working on my 40K stuff prior to that. Got most of that painted. I just got to do decals and little touch-ups and highlights here and there. Lots more models to paint, but I'm not going to do all of it at once, of course. Got a few models to print. Some blade guard. I need 3 of them for my combat patrol. We're playing combat patrol. Me, Jake, and Jesse. Jesse's doing his golden boys. Adeptus Custodes. He needs a few models. I got a 3D print too. Some of those Sisters of Silence. 5 of them with swords. And then he's good. I need 3 blade guard. Then I'm good. And Jake, he needs 4 Necron warriors with those shorter guns. I don't know what they're called. And a Doom stalker. Again, I'm printing them. Proxies. Really good models, actually. And I got one for the Doom Stalker, which is a big tall thing, like 4 or 5 inches tall, hovering on the tabletop, a big gun on its head. I found something perfect for that. And yeah, so I gotta get some STLs, print them, and then we're gonna do some painting. So I'll probably be doing that at some stage before I'm done with all this. This is Hit the Beach. I'm trying to get that starter done, along with a few extra bits and bobs from the Tobruk set. The Flak 88s, mainly. And yeah, that'll give us some more options for our Flames of War games that we're playing as well. So that's what I've been focused on recently. That's my thing. That's where I sit. Let me get back over here. Turn this alerts on. Notifications. Whoops, that's not notifications. This is pink. I'll be here for a couple hours, 2-3 hours. See who joins us today. I think the squirrel might be around. He's feeling a lot better, by the way. I was curious. Talked to him this morning. Hit the beach. Gotta watch my thing here. And we'll get into this. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Music playing? Check. Microphone working? Check. Discord open? Check. Get our paints ready. Get this coffee out of here for the 4th time. And we'll get our paints ready. What do we got today? They're all right here, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Excuse me. Thanks. I'm gonna need a flat brown for the rifles. Gava. Flat brown. Use that for the rifles. I need to paint the shoes too. I think I used the same color for them. Let me look real quick. Boots. Yeah, I use... No, I don't use that. I use this. I think it's this. No, that's not it. What's the matter with me? It's this one. So we need those 2 browns. I got the camo done? No, I gotta do the camo on his helmet. Little shovel there. Use flat brown for that too. And ammo I did. Yeah, that'll work. So there's not much to do on that strip. This one is all from scratch. He's a neat looking guy. We'll start with the rifles, I think. Slow start today, folks. We'll get there. We'll get there. What that symbol is. Make sure my chat's working. Good. Sometimes it acts up. We gotta double check it. Gonna get our water. Oh. Vata. And maybe I'll use my cork. I haven't used my cork in a while. There's a palette. It's nice and small. Pink. I like to use that. How have you been, Chris? Just talked to you yesterday. I don't think much has happened. I imagine you're doing pretty good. Saw you post something on Instagram. Trying to think what it was. Was it a vehicle? Oh, you did some printing. That's what it was. Printed some vehicles that you designed for your friend. Some kind of half track. little guys in the crew back compartment. That was pretty nifty. Very nice indeed. If you designed them yourself, you did pretty good, man. Oh. There it is. That it is. That it is. Okay, what do I put on today? I think this'll do. 75 degrees here and sunny. Late in the day, 5:21. On the east coast of the United States of America. Beautiful day, actually. Another chilly night. What's going on? That's 2 chilly nights in a row. 3, actually. Ah, it's like fall weather. Mornings are like fall. Too early for that. We got August coming up. That's the hottest month of the year. No complaints from me, though. It's nice to have a little relief from all that heat we've been having, which I love. I love it all. And it's all going so fast. I cannot believe we're already 3/4 through July. And then we got fall coming up. Hopefully that'll be pretty nice this year. Weather won't be too bad as far as December. Quite possibly. September's usually good. October, usually. After that, it's a little iffy. This year, I think we had an early summer. Beautiful spring, which is unusual. So yeah, just hoping winter is slow to come and we have a beautiful, wonderful fall with the warmer side of the weather lingering. That would be nice. You know what? Am I charging this? Yes, I am. Awesome. Been charging my Optivisor all day. That's good. That'll be good. That'll be good to go. Usually it's half dead by the time I start these chats. So that'll be nice. Lost your internet, did you? Reminds me to make sure mine is up and running okay. Seems to be. Half an hour into this thing. Yesterday I had trouble. Disconnected 3 times. reboot my Wi-Fi, and then it went away. You should always reboot your Wi-Fi at least once a week. Just unplug the damn thing for a couple minutes, plug it back in, reset the whole thing. That's what I do. Try to do. I haven't done it in a while. Hence, I had problems. Gonna be working on anything, you guys? Anybody working on anything today besides me? Oh, excuse me. I'm waiting on my dinner to arrive. That's what I keep checking, so if I'm a little distracted, that's why. Wait for that. Because it's one of those days. Designing some tanks. How hard is that? It must be easier to do than doing the human anatomy. And I'm gum flapping again. Whoopsies. What did I say? Oh, how you doing, Luke? I'm waiting for my dinner to arrive and get that out of the way. It's late. Late as usual. I got my Optivisor all recharged, good to go. Ready to rumble. Hot coffee. What were you doing all day, Luke? What did you do? What have you been up to? Not sure what I've been doing all day. Little things here and there, really. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Nothing major. Do-do-do-do-do-do. As usual, spending a lot of time outside. Somebody needs to send me a recipe for banana pudding. Do you hear that? Banana pudding. Alright, is that a rock? I need a recipe. Good old-fashioned banana pudding. I want to get overweight the good old-fashioned way. The wholesome way. Banana pudding. Oh boy. What happens when I do this? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Think. Very interesting. 100%. We paint the Germans. Let's paint the Germans. And do their rifles and their footwear. Excuse me. I got camo on this guy. He's got a little helmet cover. That's it. And we'll start a new strip. Got an interesting guy here in the end. Kind of kneeling down over something. Radio? I'm not sure. Got his gava in his arms. Let me see what he's doing. Yeah, he's a radio man. Got a guy with a smock. An officer out with a smock too. We got two smocks. one guy has a Panzerfaust. So I saw an update on that starter box, Fortress Europe for Flames of War, that's coming out next month. It's definitely going to have some tigers. I think a king tiger and a tiger 1. And I think there's a panther in there. Is that what it was? A panther? The Americans, the infantry, surprisingly, is more airborne than Sherman's. So I did learn that, which ain't much, really. Saw a post on Instagram by Battlefront. They really didn't go into the details of it yet, but it's very... They did say that. Ugh, I'd have to go back to the post. I'm curious if there was a panther in there. Could have been 2 tiger 2s and a king tiger. Like, jeez. I saw the picture of the contents, actually, of the miniature contents in the back. You know, they have a picture of a battle scene, like Hit the Beach has. And I think there were some greyhounds in there. I wonder if it's still open. Let me look. No, I shut it. Dumb. My dinner's about to arrive. How you doing, Marcia? March. Para. Yeah, that's what was in the Hit the Beach one. They're always giving away pairs. All right, more 82nd Airborne. Give me a second. I gotta grab my dinner. I'm gonna go get it. I'm not gonna sit here and eat for 10 minutes. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Couldn't help myself. Took a little longer than it should have. Where's my coffee? Something I don't usually do is eat lots of bread. Particularly pizza, which is on the menu today. Yep, I'm back to that again. Because I got to get groceries. I can't get them today, so today's pizza day. That's what that's all about. Couldn't help myself. Had to grab about 10 pieces, or a couple pieces, and slap them down. Yeah, the guys in the chat can wait. I need to eat. Oh, good stuff. But yeah, a little bit of a teaser for me. I'm standing there at the door. I got my Optivisor in my hand. I'm messing with it. This old guy comes up to the... He starts going to the wrong house, the other side of the old house I was in. It's not far. It's right. Oh, here you are. It's over here. He comes over to the door. I said, you can pull it out and just leave it on the porch there. I'll grab it in a minute here. He pulls it out. He, sets it on the porch there, and we're making small talk. And then we both went quiet. I'm sitting here fiddling with this, looking down at it, real quiet. And he was real quiet, just standing there, and I didn't realize it. I looked up at him. I said, yeah, you can leave it there on the porch. I'll get this. And he says to me, wait, you got to pay for it. Pay for it? I paid for it online. What's going on here? And he starts looking at his receipt and figured out that, I did pay for it. So, yeah, he was me, and we're both standing there for like 10 seconds without talking to each other. Kind of dumbheaded. I joked about that. He says, I do that all the time. He's an old guy. But, yeah, that was my little adventure there on my front porch. No pretty girl today. Some old guy I'd never seen before. But anyway, that's that. Finishing off these pesky elves, says Big Small. How you doing, Big Small? Pizza. The old-time favorite of mine. Pizza. Convenience food. The Chamans. Yeah, today I'll be working on the 5th strip. Each strip is about a base, guys. So I'm almost at a platoon now. I gotta finish this one from yesterday. A couple little things. And then I'm gonna paint these guys. Just churning through them, like I do. I could probably get a lot more done in one session if I tried. But that's okay. I like the nice pace of this. The pace I've been going at in the past week. I'm in no rush. Alright, with that out of the way, let's hit the browns. Some Andrea, some flat brown for the rifle, and the boots, and the Andrea brown for the camo. We're also going to need some grunna, which is what? How you been, Jeff? How was your evening? Luftwaffe. There we are. Gotta get our Luftwaffe green for the camo. So that's this and this for the camo. And while I'm at it, I'll do that for these guys. All right. Let's rock and roll. Shelfie? Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I'm making good progress on them overall. Like I said, a nice leisurely pace. Progress every day. That works for me. I'm going to need at least 3 platoons of them before I'm all done. I've got 2 here with the hit the beach. I could probably scratch up a 3rd one from my unpainted medals that I have. Do the rifles. Alright folks, let's get cracking. Get your brushes out. Get those figures at the ready. Let's do this. Da 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 da. Let's paint some gavas. Let's paint some rifles. The wooden parts. Da, 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 da. Did you say you were working on elves? Big, small. Those elf riders, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Schmeiser. That's I only got 2 rifles to do here. That's amazing. Rifles are looking good. Gotta paint some shovels too. Oh, I gotta paint the canteens. And some bread bags. Okay. Let's paint this guy's pistol case brown as well. Change it up a little bit. Okay, let's already on it. Brush in hand. Hard to type, to be honest. That's okay. That's okay. I'll try not to disturb. I have a tendency to ask people questions all the time while telling you to get painting. What are you doing? I know you're hard at work. Projects. Whew. Excusez-moi. Whoops. Ah, just put brown paint over his trousers. Whoopsie. It's okay, we'll paint over that. Okay, oh, we got one more side of this rifle to do. Let me do that real quick. Oh. Yeah, my fridge is bare. So, too late to get groceries. I'm not going to do that now. So I'll just fill up on the pizza. That'll have to do. Oh, there's the third rifle here. Okay. All right. There's all the browns. Ah. Shinsaka Tamiya died today, at the ripe old age of 90. Who is he? Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne died too. I just saw that like an hour ago. Is it really? Are you kidding me? He just had that concert and everything. Of course, he didn't look good, but still. Yeah, that's a shocker. And yet it's not, but... Who's Shinsaku Tamiya? I wouldn't have been a painting if this wasn't on to keep me company down in my dungeon. So ask whatever you like, Fritz. Well, thanks, Big Small. I'll keep that in mind. He's Mr. Tamiya model. Oh, that guy. All right. Wow. And how old was he? 90. Ozzy was young. 76. I think it's young. He destroyed his body. Tamiya models. Huh. That's too bad. Well, he died the same day as Ozzy Osbourne. He spent that last bit of strength and adrenaline to do that gig. Yeah, I guess so. Well, shit. Pardon the French. Yeah. I don't know what to say now. Let me fill this form out real quick. Dunt, 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 dunt. Let me find something here in my Spotify. Okay. Can't believe we did all the rifles. Alright. Camo and boots. Let's do some green camo. Actually, let's do this strategically. Let's paint German camo beige first. Because I'm basically painting these guys too at the same time. I may have made a mistake mounting these elves on screws and plastic blobs to paint them. I think they're going to get damaged when I try to break them off. Can't you just unscrew them? Give them the old spinneroonie? Could you do that? Won't know till tomorrow as the wash has to dry. Well, good luck. Couldn't you just unscrew them from the damn thing? Or would that even break them? Beige. Let's get these guys. Alright, that's all done. Could do some beige here on these guys. Let's start with their anklets. Hard War Modifius finally published their game called Hard War. The only thing I don't like about it is their miniatures with the round frickin' bases. Please! I hate that. Not that that's a big issue, but you know, the way they're presenting it is. The reason why that's an issue for me is because I have memories back in the 90s of playing a game that was collectible. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of miniatures collectible mech game. It was all the fashion at the time. And I bought a ton of it. Still have stuff for it. But I don't know, that was just silliness. And I keep thinking that. They had these big round bases with dials on them and stuff. So I keep thinking of that. It's like, yuck. But anyway, the game is really good. Hard War by Modifius. At least they're the publisher. It's got some aspects of Horizon Wars, if you ever played that. That was another Osprey game back in the day. The author still publishes Horizon Wars in 3 different varieties. Large-scale skirmish games with 28mm miniatures. It's meant to be co-op / solo. And then there's the main Horizon game, which is mechs. And then there's a space combat game based on it. Same setting throughout. And you can still get all those games from the author's page. He self-publishes all of it. If you remember Horizon Wars. I was a big fan of it. Because it uses probably my favorite die of all time, except the D6. The 12-sider, the dodecahedron. And yeah, Hard War uses the same dice mechanic. So yeah, I'm kind of a fan. It's really good. People should check it out. I think my favorite mech game that I've not played yet is probably the old Reaper game, Cav. That's got a great damage system. It's actually a really easy game, but it's got a lot of depth to it. And I love the mechs. That's supposed to get a reprint pretty soon. I don't know if they started their Kickstarter for some models that they're doing. And in addition to that, they're also reprinting the rulebook, which you can still get. I don't think Reaper publishes it anymore. It's self-published, but Reaper does sell the miniatures, or something like that. You can also get the miniatures from the publisher, Talon Games, I think it's called. They have a Discord server as well you can find. That's probably my favorite. And there's some other indie games that are pretty good looking, but I think Cav and Hard War are two good ones to look at if you're looking at it for an alternative to BattleTech, like me. You might want to check them out. Anyway. Oh, let's catch up here. I can't unscrew them. Oh, Chris is back. I can't unscrew them as I have done before. As for some reason I added a Oh, okay. That's what you meant. They stand high above their mounts and screws would have left visible damage. Well, that's too bad, man. You're going to have to be careful with that one. I think it'll be fine. Well, we're going to find out. But now I realize the method I used might damage them too. Was Mech Warrior. Mech Warrior. Was Mech Warrior? Was Mech Warrior. What was Mech Warrior? When people say Mech Warrior, I keep thinking of the RPG for BattleTech, because that's what it was called. Mech Warrior was the name of the role-playing game for BattleTech. But I hear people saying Mech Warrior all the time. And they're not talking about the RPG, so I don't... That confuses me. Big Small World says, just tried one. Not too bad. I must have known to use a minimal amount of glue. There you go. Me in the past was not as dumb as I thought. There you go. Boom. Space Marine. All right. Just need to add a tiny bit of paint and should be good to go. That's good, man. Great. Fantastic. I can't wait to see them. I love me some Wood Elves. Stag Riders. Something I didn't know existed in Warhammer, but there they are. I guess it's the 8th edition thing. Luke says, Space Marine, the epic scale GW game. There you go. You want a mech game? Boom. You love Warhammer? The lore? Why would you play anything else, right? Right, Luke? The older system was so simple, but made real differences. Well, let's see. They have the current one, which I know nothing about. It's actually, what, 10 mil or something? And then they have Epic 40,000, which was kind of a flop when they released it because of rebasing and streamlining. Unnecessarily so. I played that. Played that quite a bit, actually. It was enjoyable. I rebased everything. Before that was 2nd edition Space Marine, which I played a lot of. The little square bases, and that was good fun, man. 1st edition I played as well, and that's how I got started in it. Horus Heresy stuff. Really a good game system, but I haven't played with smaller scale figures in a long time. Since I 3D print things now, it's very doable. I could do any of those games. So I've thought about it. Not sure which version of the game I would play. Probably 2nd edition? I don't know. With all the cards. I don't know. What do you suggest, Luke? Got a favorite version? The Click Mecha game. The Click, is that what it is? That sounds familiar. The Click Mecha game. Was that what it was called? Mech Wars. Well, you guys remember what I was talking about. Huh. I got some of them up in my attic. I'm going to have to pull them down and show them off then. Huh. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a thing back then. Late 90s, early 2000s. But when I see those round bases, those big, thick round, I think of that. I don't want to do that. Mech Wars. The Epic 6 mil. That was the game I loved. I preferred the 2nd edition personally, but just streamlined it, and it was superb. I recently started regathering my games and refurbishing them. Like a lot of the boxes from GW games I had were practically destroyed, and I had to refurbish a lot of them. It's a click game. It was named Mech Warrior. Really? You know what? I'm going to pay attention when I go back in the attic. See what it was called and bring it down. I had a bunch of the stuff for it. I don't know why I bought it. It was at a game store. We had a club there. So it's easy to just buy stuff you wouldn't normally. It's like, oh, it's all the fashion. That's why I bought it. Let me show some pictures of my refurbished stuff for Luke. Yeah, let's see what it is. I think it's in Drive F. Yes. Risa Taniguchi. Where is it? I'll show you my game room. This is from last year, actually. It hasn't changed much. Let me open it. No, I don't want to show that picture. Oh, man. Although I did use those tiny little starships, minuscule for traveler, roleplay, space combat. Yeah? I might be thinking of a card build game, Mech Warriors? Mech Wars? Similar to Car Wars, but kick out of mech. Smallest I ever went was 15 mil. The smallest I will ever go is 15 mil at this stage. Car Wars. I have my Car Wars still. It's on my bookshelf. There's my Sisters of Battle, work in progress. What's that? Oh God, that was from the other house, looking out the back, looking in the backyard. The door I put in, the fridge I took out. There's the game room. Oh, that was early on. You could just see Car Wars. No, you can't see it. I think it's right here. No, that's not it. I can't see. Anyway, let me keep flipping. This is my favorite 4x4 table, by the way. There's my reenactors bonnet and tricorn. And that's an American Civil War era bayonet. That's legit, that bayonet. Anyway, let me get past this. That's what I want to show. Oh, there's Car Wars. There's that, along with a bunch of magazines and stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Here's some of my GW games. Let me get a better picture. This is what I want to show Luke. I've shown that. This was a couple of years ago when I was just moving in. My printers, still in boxes at the time. Da 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 da. Here I am putting together the FDM printer. There it is. Beneath the lily banners with talon and claw. Great supplement, Barry Hilton. Just going. There's one of my vapes that blew up on me. It exploded. Oh my gosh. Never forget that. Front yard 2 years ago. Hasn't been mowed there, so it looks pretty long. There's the old house. That tree right there is the tree Mama Bear was climbing up the tree with her 3 young. Scared me to death. There's my roofless porch, which I'm supposed to put on this year. Sorry with all these pictures. I didn't mean to show all this stuff. There's the front of the old house. There's my front door where the bear was climbing. Here we go. Finally. Yikes. So this is some of the refurbished boxes that I still have. And I had everything at one time, but this is what I could refurbish. Like Warhammer 2nd Edition box. I had to fix that. It was in pretty bad shape. Got all the rules in there and everything. Warhammer 4th Edition. I had to refurbish that. Advanced Hero Quest. That was in good shape. Space Marine 2nd Edition. Titan Legions for Epic 40,000. The original Space Hulk. Blah, 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 blah. Battle Magic. Gene Stealer and Deathwing for the Space Hulk 1st Edition game. Some other stuff. I think I added a couple more boxes of stuff. That one, for instance, Epic 40K. Yeah, I refurbished that one too. I had to root around the attic, and they were really damaged and beat up. Yeah, it's sad. I got 2 copies of Epic 40K, 2 sets of the rules and everything. I still have some of the miniatures, which is kind of cool. I'll look at the chat in a second. I just hit the beach. There's my 15mm stuff for the Baron's Wars. Playing a game of Triumph, which is a DBX based game. My favorite. Some of the skeletons I did earlier this year. Reaper. There's Coop. There's my lake, or my pond. Let me go to the chat here. I wonder if it's still in the loft somewhere. Oh my god, I'm having flashbacks seeing those boxes. Aren't they great? Battle Cars was Games Workshop by Gary Chalk and Ian Livingston. I did some research now, and I'm waiting for the elves to stop being soggy. Battle Cars, not Car Wars. I remember now. Played Battle Cars. Battle Cars, I never heard of it. I got GW's game. Dark Future, I think it's called. I got that. That's on my shelf, too. I never played it. Car Wars had little cardboard cars. It's more like a board game than miniatures. There was a card representation of each car, with weapons and armor all listed, but we moved little metal models. This is where Jesse's living. There's some of my Sisters of Battle I'm going to be painting pretty soon. Morven Vol. I got a lot of Sisters of Battle stuff. Of course, there's my beautiful alto saxophone. It is so beautiful. And yeah, some pictures. Alright, that's all. I'm not going to show no more. Enough of my silliness. I just wanted to show off my refurbished stuff, my game room a little bit. You guys have seen it currently. It's a little bit more crowded with some new additions and stuff. And I like it. Good times, good times. I got a radio blasting in the other room. I don't think you guys can hear it. I hope not. Tell me if you do. I'm gonna get demonetized. I don't think you can hear that. I got music playing anyway. Some ambience for our chat. Reminds me. Car Wars? Are you talking about Car Wars, Chris? Or are you talking about that other game? Everything was cardboard, if it's Car Wars. Just found out they did a ZX Spectrum version of Battle Cars. What is Battle Cars? I'll have to look it up. I guess we were playing the board game version in the early 80s. The card representation of each car was the size of a full sheet of paper and had little squares you added red counters to record damage. Huh. Battle Cars. I didn't really get into Car Wars. Nope. I guess I'm not a fan of that stuff. Mad Max, yeah, but just never took a fancy to the as a game, I guess. Dark Future? The GW game I'm thinking of was called Dark Future or Dark Millennium? I think, no, Dark Future. It's Dark Future. That's their Mad Max game. Never played it, but it's on my shelf. Oh, that's an oldie. Battle Cars was GW too, was it? Real early. Was that like the precursor to Dark Future? It kind of sounds like it. Dark Future is like a full boxed board game. It comes with big cardboard road pieces that you can put on the table and little plastic cars, like little race cars. You put guns on, I guess. Might have had little people too. Oh, this guy's got a smock too. Very cool. Huh. Let me see here. It's literally a smock. That's really cool. That's it. I do have to admit the Osprey game, their Road Warrior type game. I can't think of the name of it. You guys know what it is, though. Meant to be used with, like, toy cars, like Matchbox. You know what I'm talking about. I think even Kat bought it. Her first war game. Gaslands. Yep, that's it. I knew you'd get it. That game looks pretty fun, though. I could see myself playing that. Have you played it, Chris? GW Dark Future. Images. Does that say battle cars there? I see battle cars. Let me look at the page. Ah! It says Dark Future on it, too. Alright, so this is the game I'm talking about. This one right here. Dark Future. I have this frickin' thing. 3D roleplay. The game of highway warriors. So, yeah, that's a full-on big box. But, you guys are talking about this frickin' thing. And it's funny that it says Dark Future on the side. So this must be like a precursor to Dark Future. Because I don't remember battle cars, so it must have come first. 4 interceptors, 4 renegades, 8 bikes, and a full range of weapons. Well, maybe this is a supplement to Dark Future. That's what it sounds like. It's basically a box of cars. Yeah, I think that's what this is. That's why it's got the Dark Futures thing on it. But was the battle cars a separate game? Or are we talking about battle cars as being a supplement to Dark Future? Yeah. Yeah, that's what you get in the frickin' thing. I had to break it out and actually play it. Might actually be pretty cool. Huh. That's not it. I'll put a picture on the Discord. It says battle cars. Yeah, put it in Discord and I'll take a look. What's this? The game of deadly driving. Battle cars. This looks like it. Original Old Hammer artwork. Is this it? This looks like what you're talking about. This looks like a proper game here. Battle cars. There's no Dark Future emblem on this, so I think that's what this is. That's it. It says big, small. So this was the original game, Battle Cars. And then they came out with Dark Future. But they kept the term Battle Cars for the car sets that they sold. That's what it is. Wow, Big Small, you're going back, man. You're going back. Battle Cars. Wow. I didn't even know about that one. Let's see. Yeah, that's the picture. I see your post in Discord. Ah, the good old days. And what makes it so good, the old days, is everything felt different than it does today. Like Warhammer and 40K, just they don't feel like 40K and Warhammer that we think of back in the 80s and 90s. It's different. It's going to be different. The whole vibe back then was different. Everything was different. That's what I mean when I say the good old days. It's just not the same anymore. Like everything else. $1983. No. I don't think I was introduced to GW stuff until... I don't want to... It's got to be early 90s or late 80s. Probably late 80s. But I never got into it until the 90s. I'm pretty sure. That said, my first GW game was Space Marine, Advanced Hero Quest, first edition 40K, third edition Warhammer. They were the first GW stuff I ever had, and that was as late as the early 90s. $87 for Chris. No, I wasn't really... I don't know what I was doing prior to that. Because my hobby really didn't take off until the 90s. With AD&D second edition. And I had all the first edition. I had all that stuff. I just didn't really play much. I didn't really get into it totally, any of this stuff, till the 90s. Then everything just exploded. Dungeons and AD&D, Dungeons and Dragons, all the GW stuff, which got me into miniatures game and heavy. Before that, I was playing historical miniatures games like Chainmail and Tricolor. Königkrieg. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was doing historical stuff. With Airfix figures and cardboard cutouts, because I couldn't afford miniatures proper. I used my toys and stuff. That's what I was doing. So in the 90s, when I got into GW, where you get a boxed game, where you get these miniatures all in one, and how to paint them, all that changed everything for me. Yeah. Pretty cool. Alright. Enough of my nonsense. I've been repairing a plastic kit. AT. I got even earlier than 83. Its features in the boys' Star Wars scenario. Oh, Star Wars thing. Gotcha. There you go. All right, Big Small. Thanks for the chat about the old school games here. I love that stuff. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Big Small, everybody. Big Small. He'll be back. He usually makes a couple appearances before he finally goes to bed. We'll see. Either way, we'll talk to you tomorrow, my friend. See you in 20 minutes. What a life. We're all just big kids. Still doing the same stuff. Playing with our toys. I feel like I'm using the wrong color here. Yeah, I am. This is for the canteen cover, not the boots. That's okay though. That's okay. It's good to have some variety. What's next? Yeah. Gotta use this brown. This is for the camo boots. Okay, let's do some camo. Okay. Looks good. Let that dry before I do the green. I think these guys are done now. Yeah, we'll set them aside. We'll focus on finishing this one base here. I think this guy has a smock too, doesn't he? What's he got going on there? Maybe not. Oh. Pew, 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 pew. Well, that's too much brown on there. Let's try and salvage some of it. This beautiful Andrea paint. Can't waste that. let's do the green. Finish the camo patterns. What is it? Luft? Luft? Yes. Check my notes. How you coming along? How you coming along, Chris? What's going on? We're seeing some progress today. Not bad, not bad. Looking good. Looks good. All right. Let's move on to this guy. All right, looks good. All right, excellent. Let me go back to this. Yeah, I'm not done with this base actually. I got to do the camo on his hat. And then it's done. It's always fun to do camo. Okay. Alright, now I think we gotta go to the tunics and trousers proper with field gray. Number 8. 30? 830? Excuse me. Okay, it's one guy. Do. This guy's looking good. They're gonna look really good once I put that wash on them. This part seems to take the most time. What's that? Which makes sense. It's the tunic and trousers. It's a big part of the model. I have to run. I have to cook dinner. Well, enjoy your dinner, Chris. Thanks for popping in again. Kind of a slow night tonight. And that's okay. I'll talk to you again. There you go, folks. good friend from Canada. .3D printer extraordinaire. Excellent. Okay, got one more guy here. He's operating a radio. So he's going to go on a command base. He's talking in the thing. Okay. Okay. It's got a little headset on. Gotta watch. I don't paint over that. I'll leave that black. Alright, this guy, officer, he's got one of those hats on. Peaked hat, we're going to paint that like the uniform. Now what? Let's do the helmets. What is that now? I think that's the German dark green, camo dark green. It's not Luftwaffe. It's this one, German camo dark green. It's the helmet, the gas mask. We'll get them done real quick. Zipping through these guys. Excellent. It's only 5 guys. It's moving right along. Probably should paint the flesh first. It's not really going to matter in this case. We're good. That's it. And we'll get the gas masks on their backs. Same color. Okay. All right. Let's grab some middle stone. Paint that Panzerfaust. Where are you? 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 find it. Come on already. Where did I put it? Gotta be here. Oh, it's right there, right there, right there in front of me. Sorry, folks, got a little frustrated there. Middle stone. How appropriate that it was camouflaged. Well out of sight. Right here. Do. Okay. This radio. Gotta paint that middle stone too. Looking good. Looking good. Let's see. That's the radio, the Panzerfaust. Give it a little extra. We'll add it. All right, now let's go to flesh. Let's get that flesh done. I gotta do the footwear too. Paint some little hands and little faces. Let's thin our paint a little bit. Fortress Europe. Yeah, so it's actually looking useful. If you got the Hit the Beach set, I think they have it in mind that if you have the Hit the Beach set, you're probably going to want the Fortress Europe set. Kind of looks like it complements that set. They complement each other. So, see what else is in it. See what the price is going to be like. It's a new starter. So, you don't need Hit the Beach. Pretty much stand alone. So prices are usually pretty good on those kind of sets. Good value for the money. At least Hit the Beach is. We'll see if Fortress Europe is as well. I think so. I think they will. Hit the Beach is like $60 and you get a lot for that price. What's he got in his hand? It looks like an ammo. Or it looks like a case for a spare MG42 barrel. Could be. Or is that a grenade, actually? Yeah, it's a grenade. Thought it was kind of short. Right. Hard to tell with these figures sometimes. They're so small. Okay, it's looking good so far. This guy's got his sleeves rolled up. Looking good. One more guy here. Cradling his rifle and talking into a radio. All right. I think that's it. Let's paint those grenades. Basically the wood part. See if I got any left. Nope. What was I using? Flat brown? Flat brown. Same as the rifle. Shovel. Tanks are fun, but you gotta have some infantry. That's so much more tactical options to your gameplay, for one. Gotta have some. That's it, I think. Let's use this for some shoes. This guy's gonna get darker shaded shoes. Because it's late war. And what was I gonna do after this? What was something? What was something I missed? What was it? Oh, shoes. I'm using this Andrea. Same brown I used for the camouflage pattern. Also do those boots and shoes and get that finished. I think these guys will be done for the moment. I could move on to the next strip. I guess that's it for these guys for now. Just gonna need a wash, sealing, a little dry brush highlighting on some of them. Catch some of the black parts, make them stand out a little bit, like the webbing and such. Ammo pouches, which are black leather typically. Give them a little dry brush of white or gray and kind of make them stand out a little bit, so it just doesn't disappear into the model. So yeah, those guys are done. I don't have to work on them tomorrow. Up to this point, I've been kind of doing that, finishing them tomorrow as opposed to all at once. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me count the figures here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29. So that's 4 bases, 5 bases. If I put 6 on each base, so I need 36 for a platoon, plus a 2 or 3 figure command base, if I put 6 on each base. Usually it's 5 or 6. So, yeah, you don't need 36. So tomorrow, we're going to start a new strip. I got 2 platoons of Heer troops to paint, and we're well underway, closing in on that first platoon. Gotta get some bases. Oh, I'm gum flapping again. 2 hours and 50 minutes of painting. So I'm going to pick up this tomorrow. That's not bad. I like to do 3 hours. But that was good. That was very concentrated. How you doing, Grandma? That was a very concentrated painting session. So, yeah, I'm 15 minutes ahead of schedule. Ta-da! And I got it further along than I usually do. I've been RPG Grandma. I've been good myself. Pizza tonight for dinner. Something I don't do much anymore. Just finishing my coffee. I gotta resist the temptation to paint anymore. Save that for tomorrow. Otherwise you burn out. I do anyway. Popped in to say hi right at the end. You have a great night. And boom, she's gone. I'm just chilling at the moment. I got a little bit of time here. I just finished, so I'm in my chill stage right now. Awesome, though. Awesome progress. Tales of the Valiant. Scorched Drake. I will be signing off soon, but I'm in no rush. I just finished, so you know I like to linger a little bit, right? I think the last time you popped in, sayonara. So I'll linger a little bit, because you kind of missed that one. I don't want to do it again to you. It'd be terrible. Bad form, my man, bad form. Lingthropes. Got some Lingthropers here. We got some werebears and some wereboars. Some were-tigers, were-rats. Oh, gotta love the were-rats. Werewolves, of course. That's it. That's a good assortment of werebeasts. Oh, who's that guy? The Magman. Magman. There he is. Watch out, Grandma. He's sneaking under your bed. Gonna surprise you late at night. It's the Magman. Manticore. I will start up on my own stuff later. Spider dwarves. We need spider dwarves. Ooh, spider dwarves. There's such a thing in here. Let's look up dwarves. Well, some of the artwork in here is pretty damn good. Hill giants. Dwarves, dwarves, dwarves. We need some dwarf. Duergar. 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 Of course, they're here. Oh, they just got the Duergar. That's it. Is there a standard dwarf, though? Let me see here. Creatures by challenge rating, of course. I ain't much for balance. But Tales of the Valiant is very loose with that anyway. This ain't Pathfinder, baby. We don't worry about it too much, man. NPCs. Alright, here, under NPCs, we got all kinds of things like bandits, bards, assassins. So, cultists, can I make these different races and thus use a dwarf, like a dwarf gladiator? Let me see here. I just want to see real quick. RPG Grandma. Spy. So let me look at the start of this section here. It's always spider elves. Yeah, it is. NPC features table. Let me see. My NPC stats are include a note humanoid. Any lineage, I think that's the term to use for race. As the creature type, you can adjust those stats as described for NPC features table to create the NPCs of that type. So for Darrow, Noel. Wait a minute. This appendix contains statistics for various humanoids, from faithful apostles to crude thugs. These NPCs can be found across the world, RPG Grandma, breathing life into any place the PCs might wander. The stat blocks are presented alphabetically and assume no lineage. Again, that's the term for race in this game. To make an NPC of a specific lineage that is available to player characters, add that lineage's traits, such as dark vision, to the stat block. All right, let's say I'm going to be an acolyte, all right? Medium humanoid, any lineage. All right, let's kick back to the rulebook here and look up dwarf. Let me see. I'm trying to see how easy this is to do. Okay, lineages. Am I in the right book here? Yes, player's guide. Where do I look for this? haven't looked in this book for a while. Character classes, lineage and heritage, page 104. Boy, that's way ahead. Hold on, we got this, we got this, we got this. Schlink. All right. Lineage. All right, we got beastkin. We got dwarf. All right, where is this traits thing? Dwarf lineage traits. All right, so it's got a bunch here for the dwarf. It's got age. They live a long frickin' time. Size. They're medium size, 4 to 5 feet tall, basically. 150 pounds typically. So there's your size trait. Speed. 30 feet. Dark vision. Ah, they got dark vision up to 60 feet. Okay, so that's something the Acolyte will have. Dwarven resilience. You have advantage on saves against becoming poisoned. RPG Grandma. And you are resistant to poison damage. So you'll take half damage on any damage you take that has the keyword poison. And finally, Dwarven toughness. Your hit point maximum increases by 1. And it increases by 1 every time you gain a level. So that's how you would do it. You just basically, if I wanted a dwarf fighter, a dwarf acolyte, a dwarf whatever, all I have to do is take that stat block for the fighter or the cleric or the gladiator and add these little traits. And that's it. Done. Move on. All right. I'm happy with that. By the way, this is all 5e compatible stuff. So if you know 5e, you can use this stuff. Because I'm actually a fan of 5e, although I'm not a fan of Wizards of the Coast, but 5e, yes. I like freeform gaming, be it old school or new school. All right. Spider dwarves. Yeah. I'm gearing up to ref. I totally encourage dwarf gladiators. Yeah, that would be cool. Halflings equals pygmies as far as I am concerned. Terrible, terrible. I don't have this game as yet. So, I don't have this game. So, wait a minute. I don't have this game. So, yes. Let's crunch the mechanics. Dark vision, good. I assume they are using the 2 dice system for advantage. Yeah. 2 dice for advantage and disadvantage. If you're curious, Tales of the Valiant by Kobold Press is essentially 5th edition, but they've tweaked it. They've tweaked it and probably went the right direction with it. Definitely went the right direction with it compared to Wizards of the Coast and what they're currently doing with that nonsense that they call 5.5 or whatever. This is by far a better version of 5e than probably 5e. Addresses a lot of issues. So that's what Tales of the Valiant is. It's also free of the gaming license put out by Wizards of the Coast. It has its own gaming license. So that's what that is. That works. I tweaked 5e when I was DMing it. Yeah, it's an easy game to tweak. Very easy. I played it for like half a year, playing a campaign set in Midgard, which is Kobold Press's setting. I played in it back in, 2018 or something? And it was fun. I had a freaking good time. People can say what they want to say about the game, but I had a good time. Definitely not crunchy like Pathfinder. Much more freeform, but I like it that way. I mean, that's closer to old school gaming anyway. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that side of it. And I always wanted to come back to it and play, but the Wizards of the Coast garbage and, but we won't go into it here, but you know what? Why? So I've avoided it. But I'm willing to do the kobold version, so much easier on my brain. At my age. Ran an Oriental adventure setting. I did all sorts of things to it. 5th edition. Yeah, did you? That's cool. It's a simple game system. I like it. But if you know me, and you might, you know that I don't like level-based game systems. It's not my favorite. My favorite is BRP, that type of system. Or Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, which is based on BRP. That's my favorite. But for me personally, I wanted to play something that was modern fantasy, that wasn't necessarily old school, and had levels. So I went with this to fill that role for me. And I intend to play that with my nephew. It's going to be his first introduction to role-playing games. My nephews, plural. That's a big reason why I'm playing it too. Because one of the games I really want to play is Hyperborea. You know, it's a little bit too dark and menacing, and for my 9-year-old nephew. So I ain't going to do that. Not now, anyway. Rule 1. Play the game you want the way you want, with people you like. Exactly. That's how it's done. I see your words of wisdom you pop up on your videos. Words of wisdom, folks. RPG Grandma. Make sure you check out her channel. I mean, come on. With a channel name like that, how could you resist? How wholesome can we get here? Might even learn some recipes, too. Or a little karate, maybe, perhaps. uh, 5e compatible. You can borrow stuff. Then borrow stuff as needed. Yeah, 5e compatible. "39 ways to kick someone's ass." Lesson 1. Pardon the French. Taekwondo, Korean martial arts. Boy, that's a good martial art for you. That's a lot of kicking there. A little focus on the kicks there. Taekwondo, look out. Watch Grandma's feet fly. Taekwondo, Tang Soo Do, very popular around where I live. Always have been, for whatever reason. Korean karate's a thing. There's a few Chinese kung fu schools. Cynthia Rothrick has a school here, actually, right here in Scranton. There's some Hungar, stuff like that for the kung fu. We've got an MMA place down not far from me, down in Dunmore. Never been there. They got Thai kickboxing there and Muay Thai, as well as MMA. But what else? What else we got around here? Not sure about Taekwondo. I'm sure it's taught somewhere in one of the schools, the karate schools, but Tang Soo Do has always been a feature here in Scranton for some reason. Chuck Norris's style. But, yeah. I put chainmail back into 5e. Did ya? Then snagged an idea from 4e, pilfered 1e and 2e, wandered over to a few other games, stole rules. Oh, you thief, RPG. Thiefing out. What do you mean you put chainmail back in 5e? It has chainmail. I'll have to go back and look at the stats for it. They must suck. I experimented blissfully with it. Nothing wrong with that. Did you ever hear of Tales? Wait a minute. What is it called? Tales of... What is it called? Starts with an A. Agoria? I can't think of the name. It's an old school game. Tales of Argotha? Argotha? Is that it? Tales of Argotha? This gave wizards the ability to read in the dark back. Or chainmail for mass combat. Oh, chainmail for mass combat. I played that. Those were some of the first games I ever played, was chainmail. With my miniatures. On a sand table. Chainmail wizards can attempt to counter a spell. In chainmail, wizards can attempt to counter a spell. They can attempt to cast spells out of their level ability. Cast spells out of their level ability. March says, oh, the new game by the guy who did Low Fantasy. Yeah, that's it. You got it. That's what I'm talking. Is it Argotha? Tales of Argotha? I think that's it. I don't know why I can't remember. That's a really good looking game. I absolutely love all the tables he puts in the game. To me, that's my favorite part of role playing is tables. What about you, RPG Grandma? I like sandbox play with a lot of tables that function as... What's what word I'm looking for? But my mind is not here tonight. Damn. Tales of Argotha. Rollmaster? I was going to play Rollmaster at one point. That game, the original edition I'm thinking about, actually used some freaking deep math. They were using some algebraic calculations with some of their rolls. Like, wait a minute. I have never seen a game do that outside of Traveller when you're doing stuff with planet creation. But that was odd to me. That kind of threw me off. I don't need that going on. I like algebra, but I don't like it that much. I mean, it's all algebra technically, but you know what I mean. You don't want to be messing with that stuff. But it's a great game, and you gotta love those tables in the back based on weapon type. 100 ways to mash somebody's head in with a club. Crazy. But that's fun, you know? I like it all. Depends on the group. Learning to play, experience. Sometimes need slightly contained so I can teach them how to play. Then let them loose. Yeah. Too much can overwhelm people. Mm-hmm. When I got started playing Pathfinder 2nd edition, we started with the starter box, which is minimalist in its rules. And it's so wonderful. It's, in my opinion, one of the best starter sets out there. Of course, nowadays there's at least maybe a couple more rivals to that. And you can argue that, but that's my opinion. That's how we get started. So things were nice and easy for new players. Because if you don't know, Pathfinder is a game of lots and lots of depth. Lots of choices and options to make. Lots of options and choices to make. And that could be very overwhelming to a new player. But yeah, man, good fun playing that starter set. And I think that goes up to level 5, so you can just sit there and play that for quite a while. Boy, RPG Grammar, you're really going at it. Everything's a freaking trap. I love traps, but I love rogues. Probably the only thing I don't like in role-playing games is puzzles. Oh, I hate puzzles. No, I don't want to do a puzzle. Let me roll a die for it. I don't want to sit here and think too hard. This is too much. I don't like puzzles. And I know some of my friends love puzzles. They can't wait for the big puzzle to come into the play. And I detest it. I'll leave the room. I'll see you guys in an hour. That's it, just puzzles. I can handle minimalistic puzzling. But not the ones that make the players think and solve it. Which is the thing. It's fun to some extent, but I don't want it. Don't put me in a doorway where the full floor is like a checkerboard. I don't like that. No. Which square to step upon, which not, and which to avoid. That kind of stuff. Nah. Can I just roll a d20? With my deduction skill or something? Oh, sure, go ahead. That'll be a modifier to your actual roll to see if you die. As fire erupts from the walls. You stepped on the wrong square. One of the group solves cold cases. That's an interesting. Clues tapped into the wall. It's funny though, but I like Call of Cthulhu. I haven't played it much, but as a player, but I like that, and that's full of mysteries to solve and puzzles as well. But I don't know, the vibe for that is kind of appropriate. And it still doesn't have to be crazy with the puzzles anyway. I like mystery stuff though. My favorite is horror. Horror. I like horror in my games. That would be my favorite type of subgenre of whatever genre we're playing. Horror games. Corner reports, timelines, clues taped to the wall. That's what your group does? They go full CSI. What's your favorite RPG style to play? I mean, what do you like? Horror? Mysteries? Combat battle strategy? Record keeping? What's your favorite? What do you like to do in your RPGs? Exploration, dungeon crawls? How about you, March? What's your favorite? I just thought it would be fun playing Traveler and just being in this starship you're trying to pay for. Exploring and just trying to sell stuff and make money. I mean, it's cool just imagining being in one of those ships and interacting with people and mysteries along the way. Got to divert your journey or whatever. I mean, that in itself is pretty fun to me. I've never really played a game like that. I hope to. Cowboys. I want to be a cowboy. I want to be a cowboy. Space Fleet battles. I kind of like the exploration type things in space. I don't know, sci-fi is something I really haven't played too much of. Just Star Frontiers back in the day, and that was it. So I have limited sci-fi experience, so it's something I want to explore in the future, if not this year. Maybe try some, just anything really. Try some Traveler. I mean, fantasy games are great, but man, when you compare them to other genres, they're so overly complex. In terms of what you can do. If you know what I mean. Not so much with other genres, I don't think, like Call of Cthulhu or Deadlands or Traveler. Of course, it all depends on your campaign and what you're doing, but still, I think for the most part, you just... a lot of that detail you're not concerned with at all. There's not as many races usually, classes, whatever. You know what I mean. Science fiction ship-based games can be a hoot. did it with Star Frontiers. I pretty much think fantasy and sci-fi, when it incorporates horror, is at its best. I often play older versions of games. You do. .5e was an exception. It is. Vaesen, that's another good horror game. I think it's another reason fantasy games are so popular. You can do more. All the other games, with maybe the exception of Traveller, all the other games out there, all the other genres are more narrower in what you're trying to accomplish. Right? Like Call of Cthulhu, it's very much focused on the mystery and going against cults and the old ones and so on and so forth. It's very focused. And Deadlands, similar. But with a fantasy game, you could do any kind of campaign. You could focus on building armies and castles and fighting big, massive battles, or fighting wars with gods, or fighting horrors against Cthulhu-like creatures. There's so many options and directions you can go with that. I hate Dragonborn. They're silly. Nothing wrong with that. RPG, old school grammar. RPG grammar is the old school grammar. Corridor. Temple of the Deep Ones. Let's read this. Ship captains report that a mysterious island has suffered in the middle of a heavily trafficked trade route. Worse, ships that venture too close to the island are assaulted by a terrible creature and its servants. The island is disrupting trade throughout this part of the world, and several ships have already been lost, Grandma. Unbeknownst to those that know of the place, the island rises at the will of Shar Negala, a long-lost deity also known as that which lurks beneath the waves. The island is populated by a cult of deep ones, and the beasts they have subjugated in their name of their dark god. The creature responsible for sinking ships is an aspect of Shar Nigala, a kraken. It is not meant for combat encounters. It's largely a plot device in this particular adventure. All right. Temple of the Deep Ones. I like halflings. I like all the core races, honestly. House of Reeds and Whispers. Two red hag sisters recently I can't even pronounce that word. Exsanguinated. Wow. An eccentric collector named Nall Fry, and took up residence in his swampside home. Leori and Yith were seeking an artifact from the ancient city of Talthias, the sunken stronghold of the Red Hags. They found the artifact, a pair of knitting needles made from blood-infused coral, in Nall Fry's collection. The sisters yearn to understand how the artifact works, and so they are testing its dark powers against a nearby hamlet. Uh-oh. They have knitted rapidly growing crimson reeds that funnel the blood of fauna and farm animals back to the house. The hamlet's leader, Galnas, hires the PCs to investigate. The party must press through the reeds, defeat the sisters' guardians, face the hags, and end the reedy infestation. It's called House of Reeds and Whispers. I cannot read, by the way. I am off my game tonight, brother. Here's one called Tomb of the Scorpion Prince. Short background to this one. The infamous Scorpion Prince ruled his domain centuries ago, but the lands are still desolate, a testament to his poisonous influence. His terrified subjects rejoiced in his death, but also feared he would return if not interred properly. To ensure the prince's happiness in the afterlife and his tomb's security, his people erected a great monument and created trap-filled chambers to house and protect his body and his wealth. I won't read the adventure hook, but that's the background. Here's one called The Dark Forest. Here's another one. The Ruins of the Umbral Tower. Oh boy, get ready for this. The Umbral Tower. All right? The ruined Umbral Tower rests deep in the forest, in a marshy region avoided by all but songbirds and the RPG grandma. Long abandoned by its original occupant, the tower features a malfunctioning gate that connects this place and the plane of shadow. The site serves as a base for a group of Shadow Fae hunters, and their entourage of hounds and guardians. The hunters used the gate to travel from their home plane, and they now attempt to bag as many trophies and as much loot as possible before returning home when the gate reactivates. I'm going to read the adventure hook. This is interesting. Keep thinking the Predator. Adventure hook. The trade road that skirts the forest has been plagued by bandits and raiders. Unlike regular bandits, however, these bandits don't steal trade goods, instead taking ears and scalps, and none of their victims are left alive, except for the RPG grandma that survived somehow to tell a tale of darkness. These mysterious bandits are likely lairing in the dangerous marshy forest. The characters are hired by the Merchants Guild and RPG Grandma to patrol the road and stop the bandits and seek revenge for RPG Grandma. There you go. That's called The Ruins of the Umbral Tower. La da 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 da. The Warlock's Crypt. Aboleth's Grotto. Oh, I hate those underground watery scenarios. Bloodwood of the Cruor? C-R-U-O-R. Cruor Circle. Too hard to pronounce. We're going to move on from that one. Imperial Ghoul Outpost. That's a thing in Midgard. There's some really good artwork in here. Look at this creature here. Look at that. The Cistern. How simple is that? Fane of Serpents. Oh, we got to read this. Oh, it's a long one. I'm not going to read that. It's too long. I love serpent folk. Nothing good is ever... Underground lakes. Yes, they're very evil. I don't like them. I don't like when it's wet. It is. It's very solid. A Triangle in Shadows. This is from Book of Lairs. I got this back before Tales of the Valiant. This is a 5e thing. It's literally a Book of Lairs. There's a whole slew of them in here. Really useful for a night of adventure. I played this one, the Riverboat Rat Gang. Simple, straightforward, low level. Alright, March Hare, you take care, my friend. I'm going to be closing shop pretty soon. Den of the Rotten Kings. I'm going to read that one. I'm going to read this one. Yeah, it's how many pages? It's not expensive. You can get it as digital too. 108. Den of the Rotten Kings. For a decade, the Rotten Kings have ruled over the lowest level of criminal activities in the city. No other criminal lord or criminal group has ever seriously challenged the Kings for supremacy. And the muggers and the thieves and the cutthroats that make up this gang are as overconfident as they are sinister. A few months ago, the Rotten Kings, as they're known, enslaved an apothecary and forced him to create a powerful drug from strange mushrooms that grow in their den. The Kings began selling this narcotic to the common folk of the city, and now some of the city's young nobles have also been found with the drug. The Kings trade in the substance, it appears, is expanding. Though the City Watch knows roughly where they live and wants to shut them down, the Rotten Kings have sent a message to the city leaders telling them that if the guards mount a large-scale assault against them, the Kings will release barrels of this drug into the city's cisterns, tainting the city's water supply. The adventure hook is: the city's leadership, fed up with the Rotten King's threats and determined to stop the proliferation of this narcotic mushroom, hires the adventurers to quietly infiltrate the thieves' den and root them out before they can dump the drugs into the city's water supply. So that's kind of cool, simple, and straightforward. That's kind of fun. I like that. And it's got a map with 12 locations. It occupies about 3 pages, including the map. So yeah, it's pretty simple and straightforward. It's a lair meant for 4 third-level characters. So it gives you an idea what it's for. A flaming oil trap. Doesn't look like any puzzles. That's great. Shrooms indeed. Anyway, that's something you can buy from Kobold. Here's another one I'm going to show real quick. These are shorter. This is also a 5e when I got it. It's called Prepared, and this is literally something a DM can use for spur-of-the-moment gaming. It's a bunch of short adventures. It's like it says, a dozen adventures for 5th edition. Again, this is totally usable with Valiant. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 adventures. And they vary in levels of 1st to 2nd level to 14th and 15th level characters. So these are one-shots, really. Maybe a little bit more than one-shots, but yeah. I've played some of this, too. This is good stuff. And it's the Prepared series. There's a couple books of this you can get. Very useful. I do recommend them, whatever game you actually play. And they're not expensive. I'm going to be using them extensively when I play Valiant. Just to try out the game and learn the game and have some fun. Oh, down to 3 viewers. Oh, my head is starting to hurt with this damn Optivisor. RPG Grandma, come in tomorrow. When are you going to be around? What time is it now? 8:30? What time is good for you? I've been starting these like at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, right in there. Give you a chance to paint and stuff if you want. I've been trying to start a little earlier so these folks from the UK can actually join in. Ardoin rules from the 80s and 90s. That's cool. What is today? Tuesday. I can't wait to get into some more games pretty soon. I've been playing miniatures games for the past 3 months. 4 months. Actually, 6 months. I haven't done any RPGs. But I'm starting to get the itch. Planning my next big campaign. I miss my group. Work and family schedule. Well, I'm going to do these around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. That's what I've been doing lately. So I want to get this Flames of War stuff. Fini. Tom, tomorrow. For a moment there, I thought my name was Tom. Yeah, I know you are. I see the dungeon you've been building. That's brilliant. That looks so good. And it's so simple, the techniques you're using with the corrugated card. It's so easy. I would do that myself. Except I just bought a ton of mounting board. Like 5mm thick mounting board. You know, foam core stuff. Which is perfect for like what you're doing. I would probably use that. I gotta use it for something. I gotta be making some buildings for my Flames of War games with it. Awesome, RPG. You come into the chat. Hell, I'll bring you into the voice chat. Come on in here and tell everybody hello when you get the chance. Slap 'em around. Whoops, what was that? My cat just knocked food on the floor. Oh. Well, I gotta clean that up. Alright, RPG Grandma. If you're on tomorrow, we'll talk more about your project. Folks, I gotta get out of here and eat and clean up some food on the floor. Not in that order. But yeah, I gotta take care of something that's spilled all over the floor. Well, I'll be following you, Grandma. Instagram, wherever you're posting, wherever I see them. Sounds good, Grandma. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Everybody else, I'll talk to you as well. I hope you join me. I hope you had a good time, got some stuff done, because that's what it's all about. So, with that, folks, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. We'll see you all tomorrow. Hang in there. You know why? It's only going to get better. And that's the truth. Talk to you soon, my friends.